Good morning students. Today we are going to see chapter 6 control structures. Control structure is a basic decision making process in computing. It is a jump of control from one part of program to another part of program. After studying this chapter, you will be able to learn on the various flow of control in Python language as well as the syntax how to use conditional construct to improve the efficiency of the program flow and also how to apply iteration structures to develop code to repeat the program segment for specific number of times or till the condition satisfied. Let us see the introduction. Program may contain set of statements. Statements are the executable segments. Here executable means that yield some output or result. Statements are executed sequentially. Here sequentially means by forming or following a logical order. That is, statements are executed one after another. Skip a segment or a set of segments and execute another segment based on a test of condition is called alternative or branching. Execute a set of statements multiple times is called iteration or looping. Iteration means repetition of a process. Control structures. A program statement that causes a jump of control from one part of the program to another is called control structure or control statement. As you have already learnt in C++, these control statements are common statements which is used to alter the control flow of the process or program depending on the state of the process. There are three important control structures are sequential, alternative or branching, iterative or looping. Sequential statement. A sequential statement is composed of a sequence of statements which are executed one after another. That is, by a sequential means order. It forms or follows a logical order. So, a sequence of statements which are executed one by one, that is one after another. Example is program to print your name and address. Print of hello, this is Shyam. Print of 43, second line, North Court Street, TN. So whatever given inside the print statement, just print it. That yield displays the result. Alternative or branching statement. In our day-to-day life, we need to take various decisions and choose an alternative path to achieve our goal. Maybe we would have taken an alternative route to reach our destination when we find the usual road by which we travel is blocked. This type of decision making is what we are to learn through alternative or branching statement. Checking whether the number is positive or negative, even or odd can all be done by using alternative or branching statement. Here the concept is decision making. Decision making is what we learn through alternative or branching statement. Decision making means access or process of making important decisions to complete a particular task. Types of alternative or branching statements. Python provides the following types of alternative or branching statements. They are simple if statement, if else statement, if elif statement. Simple if statement. Simple if is the simplest of all the decision making statements. Conditions should be in the form of relational or logical expression. Here the syntax is if condition end with colon statements block 1. In the syntax, if the condition is true, statement block 1 will be executed. Example for simple if statement. Program to check the age and print whether eligible for voting. X equal to int of input of enter your age. If X is greater than or equal to 18, print you are eligible for voting. Here the output enter your age 34. So the 34 is greater than 18. You are eligible for voting. Output 2, enter your age 16. 16 is below 18. So the output shows Python prompt. Why it shows the Python prompt? As you can see in the second execution, no output will be printed. Only the Python prompt will be displayed because the program does not check the alternative process when the condition is failed. If-else statement. The if-else statement provides control to check the true block as well as the false block. Following is the syntax of if-else statement is if condition statements block 1, else statements block 2. If the condition is true, statement block 1 will be executed. Otherwise, statements block 2 will be executed. If-else statement execution. After entering the loop, checking the condition, if the condition is true, statement block 1 will be executed. Suppose if the condition is false, statement block 2 will be executed. Finally, it connect via connector, then exit the program. Example for if-else. Program to check if the accepted number odd or even. A equal to int of input of enter any number. If a percentage of 2 equal to 0, print of a is an even number. Else print of a is an odd number. Here any number is divisible by 2, it is an even number. Otherwise it's an odd number. Output 1, enter any number 56. 56 is divisible by 2, so it is an even number. Output 2, enter any number 67. Here 67 is not divisible by 2, so it is an odd number. An alternate method to rewrite the above program is also available in Python. Complete if-else can also written as syntax variable equal to variable 1 if condition else variable 2. The condition specified in the if is checked. If it is true, the value of a variable 1 is stored in variable on the left side of the assignment. Otherwise, variable 2 is taken as the value. Example. Let us see the example. Program to check if the number is odd or even using alternate method of if-else. A equal to int of input of enter any number, x equal to even if a percentage 2 equal to 0, else odd. Print of a is comma x. Output 1, enter any number is 3. 3 is not divisible by 2, so it is an odd number. Output 2, enter any number is equal to 22. 22 is even because it is divisible by 2. Nested if-elif else statement. When we need to construct a chain of if statement, then elif class can be used instead of else. Let us see the syntax. If condition 1, statements block 1. Elif condition 2, statements block 2. Else statements block n. In the syntax of if-else mentioned, condition 1 is tested. If it is true, then statement block 1 will be executed. Otherwise, the control checks condition 2. If it is true statements, block 2 is executed. And even if it is failed, statement block n mentioned in else part is executed. Next one is if-else elif execution. Text expression of if it is true, then go to body of if. If it is false, test expression of elif, go to body of elif. If it is true. Suppose if it is false, go to body of else. Elif class combines if-else statements to one if-elif else. Elif can be considered to be the abbreviation of else if. In an if statement, there is no limit of elif class that can be used, but an else class if used should be placed at the end. Example, use of nested if statement. Program M1 equal to int of input of enter mark in first subject. M2 equal to int of input of enter mark in second subject. Average, that is AVG equal to M1 plus M2 divided by 2. If average is greater than or equal to 80, that is above 80, print of grade A. If average is greater than or equal to 70 and average is lesser than 80, that is 70 to 80, print of grade B. If average is greater than or equal to 60 and average is less than 70, that is 60 to 70, print of grade C. If average greater than or equal to 50 and average less than 60, that is 50 to 60, print of grade D. Else print of grade E, that is remaining print of grade E. The output is enter mark in the first subject is 34, enter mark in the second subject, that is 78, so grade is D. Output 2, enter mark in the first subject 32, enter mark in the second subject 70, grade is C. Program to illustrate the use of in and not in if statement. CH equal to input of enter a character. To check if the letter is vowel, if CH in both uppercase and lowercase vowel letters, that is A, E, I, O, U, print CH is a vowel. To check if the letter typed is not a vowel, that is A or B or C something, print CH, the letter is not A or B or C. Output 1, enter a character E, E is a vowel. Output 2, enter a character X, X the letter is not A or B or C. Iteration or looping constructs. Here, iteration or loop are used in situation when the user need to execute a block of code several of times or till the condition is satisfied. A loop statement allows to execute a statement or group of statements multiple times. Here, condition 1, if the condition is true, statement block will be executed. If the condition is false, the else part is executed, then it going on further statements of program. Looping structure. Python provides the following loop constructs: while loop, for loop. While loop. In the while loop, the condition is any valid Boolean expression returning true or false. The syntax is while condition end with colon, statements block 1, else statements block 2. Like simple if statement, if the condition is satisfied, statements block 1 will be executed. Here else is an optional part. While loop execution. In the while loop execution method, statements block 1 will be executed till the condition is true. If the else part is returned, it is executed when the condition is tested false. Program to illustrate the use of while loop to print all the numbers from 10 to 15. I equal to 10 while I is less than equal to 15. Print of I comma int equal to slash t, I equal to I plus 1. Here the output is I equal to 10 while 10 is less than equal to 15, that is condition satisfied, so print of I value is 10, so 10. After print it going on increment operator, that is 10 plus 1 is 11, 11 is less than equal to 15, here also condition satisfied, so 11. Next one is print of 11 as continue up to 15. After the 15, the condition is not satisfied, so the loop will be exit. For second program also the same concept of first program, but else is an optional part should be added. Print of slash n value of I when the loop exit comma I. Here the output is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It should be same as the first program. But print of /n value of I when the loop exits. So when the loop exits, the value is 16. Just print the value 16. For loop is the most comfortable loop. It is also an entry check loop. Here entry check loop is a loop in which test condition is checked first, then the loop body will be executed. The condition is checked in the beginning and the body of the loop, that is statement block 1, is executed if it is only true. Otherwise the loop is not executed. The syntax of for loop is: for counter variable in sequence, statements block 1, else optional block, statements block 2. Here counter variable is an integer variable used to keep track number of times the pieces of code will be executed. After checking the counter variable, statements block 1 will be executed. Here else is an optional part. If we need, we have to add the else part. Range function. The counter variable mentioned in the syntax is similar to the control variable that we used in the for loop of C++. Here the sequence refers to initial, final and increment value. For loop uses the range function in the sequence to specify initial, final and increment values. Range function generates a list of values starting from start till stop minus 1. The syntax of range function is range of start, stop, step. Here start refers to initial value, stop refers to final value and step refers to increment value, that is the optional part. Here range function generates a series of whole numbers starting from 0 to n minus 1. Let us see the example. Range of 1, 30, 1 will start the range of values from 1 and end at 29. Next one is range of 2, 30, 2 will start the range of values from 2 and end at 28. Range of 30, 3, minus 3 will start the range of values from 30 and end at 6. Range of 20. We'll consider this value 20 as the end value, that is upper limit, and start the range, count from 0 to 90. Remember, always range will work till stop minus 1 value only. So here the values is from 0 to 19. For loop execution. Variable takes value of item inside the sequence on each iteration. Loop continues until we reach the last item in the sequence. If the condition is satisfied, it going on exit the loop. Otherwise, the body of for loop is separated from the rest of the code using indentation. The range function defaults to increment the sequence by 2. However, it is possible to specify the increment value by adding a third parameter, range of 2, 10, 2. Let us see the program. For I in range 2, 10, 2, print of I, end. Here output is 2, 4, 6, 8. Second program also the same concept of first program, but here else part is included. Else print of /n end of the loop. Just print end of the loop, that is displays the output end of the loop. Next one is program to calculate the sum of numbers 1 to 100. N equal to 100, sum equal to 0. For count in range 1, n plus 1, sum equal to sum plus counter, print of sum of 1 until %t, %t double quotes percentage of n, sum. Output is sum of 1 until 100 is 50, 50. In the above code, n is initialized to 100, sum is initialized to 0, the for loop start executing from 1. For every iteration, the value of sum is added with the value of counter variable and stored in sum. Here the for loop will be iterate 1 till the upper limit minus 1. That is, the value of n is set as 100. So this loop will iterate for values from 1 to 99 only. That is the reason why we had set the upper limit as n plus 1. To illustrate the use of string in range function of for loop. Here string is a collection of characters enclosed with single or double or triple quotes. For word in computer, print of word comma end, else print end of the loop. Output is each character is printed one by one, that is COMPUTER. And also else part is included, so the else part is print of end of the loop. So just print the statement end of the loop. Nested loop structure. A loop placed within another loop is called as nested loop structure. One can place a while within another while, for within another for within while, or while within for to construct such nested loops. Example to illustrate the use of for loop to print the following pattern: 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Program I is equal to 1 while I is less than equal to 6. For j in range 1, I, print of j, end equal to /t, print of end equal to /n. Here I plus equal to 1. Here I and j are both outer loop and inner nested loops. Here outer loop used to handle number of rows and inner nested loop used to handle number of columns to manipulate the print statements to print different number of patterns. Jump statement. The jump statement in Python is used to unconditionally transfer the control from one part of the program to another. Here unconditionally transfer the control from one part of the program to another. There are the three keywords to achieve jump statements in Python: break, continue, pause. The following flowchart illustrates the use of break and continue statements. Here the condition is true, statements break or continue will be executed. Otherwise, if the condition is false, else statement will be executed, and also it's going on further statements of program. Break statement. The break statement terminates the loop containing it. Control of the program flows to the statement immediately after the body of the loop. Here terminate means stop, that is stop the loop or exit the loop. The syntax of break statement is break. Break statement flowchart execution. A while or for loop will iterate till the condition is tested false, but one can even transfer the control out of the loop, that is terminate, with the help of break statement. When the break statement is executed, the control flow of the program comes out of the loop and start executing the segment of code after the loop structure. If break statement is inside a nested loop means loop inside another loop, break will terminate the innermost loop. Here the condition is satisfied if it is true, going on break statement. If the break statement condition is true, it going on exit the loop. Otherwise, it going on remaining body of the loop. Program to illustrate the use of break statement inside for loop. For word and jump statement, if word equal to E, break, print of word comma end, output jump state. The program will repeat the iteration with the given jump statement. Each letter of the given string sequence is tested till the letter E is encountered. When it is encountered of the control is transferred outside the loop block or it terminates, the output is displayed till the letter E is checked, after which the loop gets terminated. One has to note an important point here. If a loop is left by break, then else part is not executed. Let us see the another example. To explain this, let us enhance the previous program with an else part and see what output will be. Here the output is jump state end of the program. Note that the break statement has even skipped the else part of the loop and has transferred the control of the next line following the loop block. Continue statement, unlike the break statement, is used to skip remaining part of the loop and start with next iteration. Here the syntax is continue. Continue statement, it forces the loop to continue or execute next iteration. That is, test expression of loop. If it is true, continue statement. If it is yes, it going on remaining body of the loop, then start with the next iteration. Program to illustrate the use of continue statement inside for loop. For word in jump statement, if word equal to E, continue, print of word comma end, print of slash n, end of the program, output jump statement, that is STAMNT, end of the program. In the program is same as the program already we have seen for break statement, except that we have replaced it with continue. As you can see in the output, except the letter E, all the other letters get printed. Pause statement. Pause statement in Python programming is a null statement which executed by the interpreter. Interpreter means executed the program line by line. It is completely ignored. Nothing happens when pause is executed. It results in no operation. Here pause statement is generally used as a placeholder. When we have a loop or a function that is to be implemented in the future and not now, we cannot develop such functions or loop with the empty body segment because the interpreter would raise an error. So to avoid this, we can use pause statement to construct a body that does nothing. The syntax of pause statement is pause. Program to illustrate the use of pause statement. A equal to int of input of enter any number. If A equal to 0, pause, else print of non-zero value is accepted. Here output is enter any number 3, non-zero value is accepted. When the above code is executed, if the input value is 0, then no action will be performed. For all the other input values, the output will be as follows. Program to illustrate the use of pause statement in for loop. For val in computer, pause, print of end of the loop, loop structure will be built in future. Here pause statement to construct a body that does nothing. Output end of the loop, loop structure will be built in future. Points to remember. Program consists of statements which are executed in sequence. To alter the flow, we use control statements. A program statement that causes a jump of control from one part of the program to another is called control structure or control statement. Three types of flow of control are sequencing, branching or alternative iteration. In Python, branching is done using various forms of if structures. Indentation plays a vital role in Python programming. It is the indentation that group statements no need to use curly braces. Python interpreter will throw error for all indentation errors. To accept input at runtime, earlier versions of Python supported raw input function. Latest versions support input function. Print function supports the use of escape sequence to format the output to the user's choice. Range function is used to supply a range of values in for loop. Break, continue, pause act as jump statements in Python. Pause statement is a null statement. It is generally used as a placeholder. Thank you.